What's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling today? We in here like swimwear, and we about to get into a great topic with many great points today. Now, today I want you to use your common sense. I will be periodically checking. As a matter of fact, let me pull this up right now. I'll be periodically checking all the comments from time to time. We're really going to get into a great mind, spiritual, health opening experience today. I'm going to break down the covering of the pineal glands. I'm going to break down what dimethyltryptamine is, DMT. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get into what the pineal gland is used for. I'm going to get into something people don't talk about, the pituitary gland. We're going to get into the hypothalamus, the master gland they call it. We're going to get into that stuff today. Now, let me check to see who's on here real quick. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me check, hold on, let me check it out. Make sure everybody's on here ready to get this work. Let me see. Alright, because it's some people that have some false perceptions of what the pineal gland truly is, what it's about, how you can use it, why we all have it. And I'm going to force you today to think a little differently about the pineal gland and what the Most High already gave you at birth. Now, let's get into what the pineal gland is. Now, the pineal gland is basically a small little bee. It's like a little pea-like gland in the middle of your brain, all right? And it works on the opposite end of the pituitary. They actually work together. Now, it's part of your endocrine system, all right? And the pineal gland secretes melatonin, pretty much helps out with your circadian rhythm. Now, if you're wondering what your circadian rhythm is, your circadian rhythm is your sleep cycle. But also, what serotonin is, and I'm going to have slides come up here from time to time, you know what I mean, showing y'all what basically it is. But if you look at what the pineal gland is, they talked about this a long time ago, basically comparing it to they call it the eye of Horus. Now, if we think right now that we're intelligent, we're not. We're actually in for a big surprise because we're actually not as intelligent as you may think we are. We're really not at all when it comes down to it. What we actually are in this society is a society that actually lives off of destroying our natural resources. Okay? That's not how they used to live a long, long time ago in another peaceful time of this world. What they did was use nature but not take from nature, if you understand. And they made their own things, and they used weight counterbalancing, magnets and things of that nature, and use their actual intelligence from their pineal glands to make things. Now, these people, I am to believe, had actual bigger pineal glands than we actually have today. We're the dumbed down culture of what they were once. Now, I'm going to go into it because they did have spaceships and they have statues of spaceships back then and all that stuff. So if you don't believe me, you don't got to believe me. But it is what it is. I want you to open your mind. Now, the pineal gland pretty much works in function with, let me pull this up real quick, with the pituitary gland, and they work on like a positive negative charge, you know, as far as, you know, they work with all your hormones, sleep, tissue balance, pretty much everything, you know, your growth, your reproductive system, everything. Pineal gland is everything, and they call the pineal gland the seat of the soul. Now, the reason why many of y'all don't really understand what your pineal glands or know what your pineal glands are is because they have set out an agenda to destroy what you already had. Now, I'm going to be jumping around today. So I'm going to be reading comments and I'm going to be jumping around because I want to see what you think about the pineal gland. Let me move this mic a little closer so y'all can hear me, all right? Now, if you're wondering if you can see smoke behind me, this is the smoke right here. You can see I like to keep this, let's sidebar real quick. Now, as we breathe in a lot of chemtrails every single day, I try to get as much nature in my body as humanly possible. I don't just have this in my room. I actually have this, hold on, I got this for y'all too, in my car. So basically, what I do is I take this out, I lift this up, and I put some oil right in this little part right here, right? And I close this up and I pop this into my car. Now, in my truck, I have one in the front, one in the back. So I put one in the front and one in the back. And the whole entire car will smell like whatever, you know, essential oil I have right now. I got peppermint oil in here because it opens me up a little bit. So it actually works. So we're going to have a cool promotion where you're going to be able to get this with a certain purchase. I'm not sure how much you got to spend to get it, but stay tuned for that. We'll probably send out the email blast for that little sidebar. And go get the HARITAKI. As you know, we got the highest grade in the USA. And the MACA is coming next, so stay tuned for all that. In about 2-3 weeks, MACA is coming. Don't worry, we're working on that, all right? So now, I want to get into the pituitary, right? Because we don't talk about the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland and the pineal gland, they work together, all right? And together, they actually will regulate all your hormones, all of them, all right? Most of the ones you guys are having a lot of trouble with. You guys are having trouble with sleeping. You guys are having trouble with staying awake. You guys are having trouble with sex. You guys are having trouble with weight. It's all because your body is out of whack. All right? Totally out of whack. All right? And I'm telling y'all right now that you're going to have to get this stuff together, as well as your pineal glands, because your pineal glands are most important. Now, they tell us that, the third eye is the devil and all this nonsense, and that's bullshit. I'm telling y'all, that's bullcrap. Let me tell you why. Because if the pineal gland was the devil, why would the Most High give it to you? Why would the Most High basically put this in your body and never let you be able to use it? Now, pineal gland has something called DMT, dimethyltryptamine, whatever you want to pronounce it as, all right? And DMT basically is what all plant life and animal life already have. Now, I'm going to pull up something for y'all real quick, all right? I'm going to pull up something for y'all really, really fast. Hold on real quick. I'm going to pull something real quick, all right? Now, basically, I want you to look at something real fast. I want you to look at basically what it does. First things first, it helps out with melatonin and serotonin to pretty much help you guys and gals, all right, with basically your connection, all right? Your connection and melatonin pretty much, keeps you sleeping, makes you up, circadian rhythm, and your serotonin regulates your mood when it comes down to it. But I want you to look at this picture right here, because they say we're not a part of nature. I want you to take a look at this picture. If you look at these lungs, these are your lungs. If you take a closer look at it, I want you to think about a tree in the fall without any leaves. Your trees have oxygen, and so do your lungs have oxygen. You are one with nature. They want you to think that you're urban, but you're not really as urban as you may think you are. You are nature people, and you get your power from nature. The plants have nature in them. And I want you to look at another one for me real quick, all right? Because a lot of y'all been bamboozled, y'all been lied to, man. Y'all been hoodwinked and everything. And look at these right here. Take a look at that. That look like nature to you? Like nature to you? It also looks like lungs, don't it? I want you to look at that real quick. Now, they say that birds, right? Geese move at certain times of the year. Animals respond to nature. How come, you ever wonder how come they have that connection with nature and you don't? Or how come they know when something major is coming and you don't? You ever think about that? Have you ever thought about that, and why for some reason you don't have that connection anymore with nature? But once upon a time, your ancestors could literally go outside, pick something off the ground, and know that it healed you this certain way. Where'd that connection go? And why don't we have it this day? Why do we have to listen to Coach Reg or other herbal guys and nutritional experts teach you about herbs, when once upon a time you had a natural connection to the earth teach you about herbs? That is because of DMT that your pineal gland has, but you no longer have use to it. Because why? Your calcification has begun at birth. Now, judging by how your parent ate, about how you ate after you came out here, the calcification began. And calcium deposits, basically, when it corrodes to a point, it becomes harder than bone. Now, if you lock that connection with DMT that you naturally have, you don't have a connection with nature anymore. You don't have a connection with the spirit. You barely have a connection with self. What you have a connection to is the primitive part of you and your mind. Now, to amplify that connection, if you look at this picture, the pineal gland is a terrible thing to waste. If you look, it's activated through your eyes, because the pineal gland also has pinocytes, all right, pines and water, pine cones and water that basically are shaped like the pine cones in your eye, basically, when it comes down to it. And when it comes down to it, y'all, our ancestors actually knew about the pineal gland, because if you look at the paintings right here and the statues, well, it looks like they're worshiping a pine. Now, last time I checked, ain't nobody worshiping pines off a tree, but they do worship the pines basically everywhere around. The Pope has a pine on his staff. If you look at the Buddhist, They have pines on their face. I mean on their head. I mean, when it comes down to it, they seem to know something that your ass don't know. And what is that? That your pineal gland is the number one ingredient to actually connect to your higher being and your higher self. Now, DMT is something that plant life has, right? DMT has all plant life has tryptophan, right? I want y'all to look at this picture right here where it says with the tryptophan. Let me pull this up. Let me find it because I don't want to jump around too much before I get into my tangent, my rant, basically, when it comes down to it. But if you look at this right here, DMT actually is in all of us. Take a look at that. DMT is in everything, everybody and everything. And the reason why we have no connection to our higher self is because we no longer have connection to the DMT. Now, people may ask me, how do you get connection with DMT inside of you? Where did it go? Why did it leave? And why don't we have connection to it anymore? Well, good thing you asked. I'm here to tell you. Now, look at this right here. You have your melatonin, which is secreted by the pineal gland, contains light-sensitive cells or have nervous connection from the eyes, all right? Basically, when it comes down to it, you have melatonin, you have serotonin, you have tryptophan. Now, tryptophan is in all living organisms. All living organisms. And people may ask, like, well, how do you get to use DMT because it's been outlawed? Well, let's talk a little something about why it's been outlawed. Back in the 1960s, they were heavily into the psychedelic age, as you know. 60s, 70s, heavily into psychedelics. And they brought ayahuasca in the United States of America. And they had a church, basically, that actually used ayahuasca until one day, U.S. Customs held on to their ayahuasca, right? They held on to it. Why? And then they took them to court because it violated some law of letting them practice their religion and everything, and they called now ayahuasca a drug. Now, if you're the U.S. and you basically want ayahuasca to literally be outlawed and stop you from touching your spiritual side, they're going to do certain things where you can't use it, and they're going to pass certain laws where they're going to outlaw, like they're doing today. They're saying if we grow our plants in the backyard, and we sell them to you, that's literally illegal. So they got to pass everything through them now, right? And they got to make sure it keeps us okay, but not to that point where we're going to go into the spirit realm. Because here's the thing. You got hallucinogenics and you have ayahuasca, which has DMT. Now, yeah, I want y'all to think real quick. Think about you got a new toy, right? You were a kid and you got a new toy. And your new toy, you were moving it around, you were playing with it all this time, and you were pushing it across the floor. But then you turned it over and you realized that new toy had a battery part where you could put batteries in it, but you never used the battery. Now when you put the battery in it and you basically use that, all right, use that toy, now that toy is 10 times more powerful and you can do all kinds of stuff with it. Well, let me tell y'all right now. They have told y'all in the books and religion that using and interacting with your higher self is the devil, is not good. But if it wasn't good, why would the Most High basically put this in you? Basically program you to have this experience. Program everything in this world to have this experience. Why? I want you to ask yourself that question. Why? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Well, there are certain things that the powers that be today do to block your connection to ayahuasca. To DMT, to your pineal gland, right? Let's talk about them. You ever see those planes in the sky, the chemtrails in the sky? You ever see those in the sky? Ever? Have you ever? You ever thought it was just like, why are they spraying all kinds of stuff in the sky? Where is this coming from? Where is it coming from? Well, that's what we call aluminum vapor, right? That has heavy amounts of mercury. They're spraying all kinds of aluminum. This stuff is blatantly supposed to block frequency, to block your frequency to be exact. And then they counteract it with fluoride. Did you know that back in, I think, the 1950s, that Hitler actually used fluorinated water inside of the prison camps because it comes to find that they're most docile. Now I want you to look at the people all around you, right? And I want you to think about how they actually act and what they actually think real reality is. Real reality is not what you have come to grow in love. Real reality is you having a connection to nature and two sides. Your connection to your physical self and your full connection to your spiritual self. Which is why I'm going to be doing ayahuasca in the next month or so, very, very soon. And I'm taking my ass to Peru and I'm going to have it, go ahead and experience it. Alright? So I wanted to start this off with that, and I wanted to read a couple of your comments. Alright? Now, some people may ask about the HARITAKI and how the HARITAKI has helped out. Well, shit. If you want to know how my HARITAKI has helped out people, well, and the reason why is because HARITAKI is removing mercury from your brain, right? It's removing mercury from your hypothalamus. It's removing negative patterns. It's decalcifying your pineal gland. Another thing they actually removed from your human being's essential diet is iodine, and they replaced it with bromine, and and also fluoride. All right. So if you actually are human, you do need iodine in your system, and I'll do a video on iodine later. But if you don't have any iodine, go get yourself some iodine. Take it about 3 times a day. Just saying. All right, because your iodine. Most people, damn near all people, are iodine deficient. So you're gonna need iodine in your diet. All right. So I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. You know what I'm saying? But yes, I am going to Peru. Absolutely. I want to talk about the connection to the spirit side. I want to talk about that real quick. Now, when you come to find out that you have a connection to your spirit, like I always knew back in the day that I had that there was something more to meets the eye. It was more to me than I felt like. I felt like there was more dimensions to me than I was taught. I felt like that just going to heaven and worshiping all day was boring. I was like, I don't want to do that. They don't got no basketball there or nothing. Like, that don't sound fun to me. There's got to be more to this. And something inside of me always questioned that part when I grew up in religion. So when I got old enough, not to the point where I didn't say, where I wasn't forced to go to church, I actually just said, listen, let me take a break from church a little bit and let me get into my life. And I got into bad stuff, and I used drugs like weed, and I drank liquor, because liquor is a drug. Liquor is a drug, right? Liquor is a drug, all right? But, and then I had trials and errors in my life with my business, and through a traumatic experience, I had a spiritual awakening, and I come to find out the true realness of existence and what it really is. And by decalcifying my pineal gland, you come to find out that there is more to you than meets the eye. Now, I want you to give your children a chance, because most of you are actually having children with pre-calcified pineal glands. Not all the way, but it starts the process off wrong, because what you consume while you're pregnant is going to make a big difference of how your child develops. Let's talk about autism. A lot of children are autistic because of the food and the GMO foods their parents actually consume while they're basically having, they're in their bodies basically. And then when a child consumes bullshit up into the age of 12, when they have a creative sense about them, that actually gets dimmed and dulled out by the fluoride in the water, the fluoride in the food, the fluoride, the bullshit, and aluminum in the air. And then they come to find out that they don't even know who the hell they are. So they come to find out they're following somebody they thought they were like, but they never knew who they were. And then some people will go through their whole lives and never know who they were, and they'll go in the spirit realm, come back and do it again. I said this time that I'm not coming back to this realm of existence and doing it again, because I feel like this realm of existence is a proving grounds for me where I can go to the next realm and actually live in more bliss than this realm here, because this realm is nothing but sadness, pain, anguish, and everything is backwards. And if I want to reincarnate, just reincarnate my ass back to when Egyptians were ruling, because I believe the present, the past, and the future are all happening at the same time, just in different realms of dimensions of existence when it comes down to it. Now, when it comes to hallucinogenics like LSD and PCP, these things are more there to alter the mind state, to dim out the spiritual state, if you understand what I'm saying. Shrooms more it will open up the mind state. But DMT is the only one where that will open up a gate of a realm where you can actually experience something else entirely, where you're going to go into another realm and meet other entities, good and bad. They call them aliens. They call them, your angels, things of that nature. They all exist. All right. So if you don't believe they exist, well, go astral project and you go tell me if you don't see shit there. A hallucination is something different. When you're pretty much you're still here, but your eyes are projecting something different entirely when it comes down to it. A spiritual DMT ayahuasca experience is something where you literally leave your body, like you're experiencing death and you're leaving this vessel right here. You're gone for a period of time. And there's different ways you can consume DMT. A way you can consume DMT is basically, they say smoke it, they say inject it, but those are the two ways that it will work the least fastest, because when it comes down to it, when you smoke it, it breaks down so fast that when you smoke it, it actually happens, everything happens in like 5 minutes. And it's too much information, because when you have a DMT experience, which we all have, right? That's how plants communicate with each other. It's how the animals communicate with each other. It's how nature communicates with each other. It's how we used to go outside, pick something to know exactly the hill. We communicate with nature and our saviors in the plants. But the way DMT actually works is when you actually consume it as a liquid, it works within a half an hour, and your trip or your experience or whatever you want to call it will last for 2 to 3 hours, where you won't have any use of your body when it comes down to it. So, yes, doctors do claim that you can connect to a parallel universe, and they're finally starting to admit it. But truth be told, they have known for several years. And if you want to keep a population of people down, you make them believe that the reality you create for them is the only reality that exists when it comes down to it. So that's pretty much what it is when it comes down to the pineal gland. The pineal gland is the most beautiful, wonderful experience, detoxifying, that you can ever experience. If you look at the reviews of the people who have used my HARITAKI, that's only the beginning, people. When you bring that HARITAKI with a conjunction with a healthy diet, fasting, meditating, doing yoga, things like that, going out to sun gaze, you'll come to find out that there's more than you and meets the eye, and you'll have an infinite amount of motivation, energy, all kinds of stuff. You're going to see things different. You're going to see people differently. You're not going to take a bunch of bullshit, because why? Your bullshit meter is going to be at an all-time high. But let's talk about what destroys the pineal gland. Well, let's talk about a bad diet. Carbonated soda, bullshit water, bullshit liquor. These things that they make acceptable for you to consume. Like, it's a liquor store in every corner, right? Well, why is there not an ayahuasca store in every corner? Ayahuasca is more safer than the drug called liquor. Why? Because liquor impairs you. And they don't want to uplift you. They would rather impair you. And that's the whole thing about it. So when it comes down to it, they have let liquor and drugs run, because why? They can make money from drugs. They can make money from cocaine. They can make money from heroin. They can make money from sugar. They can make money from salt. They can't make money from ayahuasca, because it's why? If you have a whole bunch of people that are actually enlightened, you'll come to find out that their society will now fall, because we're becoming enlightened. I focus on one person at a time, right? I focus on only one. So in this topic tonight, I'm going to touch on a few things where it's going to hit you and some may not hit you, but it's not my business. I'm only going to tell you the truth here. All right, if you want to have an ayahuasca experience, you can go online and you can take a trip to Peru. All right, they have 3 days, they have 5 days, they have 7-day, and they have 10-day retreats. I'm going to one very, very soon, because that's just on my bucket list. I need to have the experience and call it a day. I was going to do it at home, but I decided to do it around a licensed shamans that have been doing it for 31 years. I think that's safer for me, because I don't know what can happen on the ayahuasca. Because it's so powerful, it's so strong, it's supposed to be taken in the right dose. You just gotta be safe when you use that kind of stuff, all right? So yes, we all have this connection. We all have this oneness with nature that we don't, have we don't have connection to right now. And I want all of you to connect to it. I want you to look at the sun every single day. They tell you sun gazing will burn your eyes out. The fuck out of here. You're lying. Your sun gazing will not do that. You gotta look at it at certain times of the day. Sunrise and sunset are safest times when it comes down to it, and your pineal gland is activated through that. So I want y'all to look at it when it comes down to it. You must sun gaze every day. You must meditate every day. You must do this every day. You must eat right every day. You must consume the right foods every day, because here's the thing, y'all. nature basically has messages through the plants. The plants, they speak to you, and the more you eat live plants, I'm not talking about cooking them. I'm talking about raw foods. The more you eat raw foods, the more you will come to find out that many of you will be a lot smarter. The more you consume supplements that have the complete source of the food in there or fruit in there, you will become that your connection to nature, your connection to yourself, your connection to your spirit being, the greatness inside of you will become stronger. Meanwhile, the gift the Most High has given you, because let's not lie, the Most High has given everybody a gift. Some more than others, but everybody has a gift. You will come to find out that you will use your gift, and you'll figure out in this crazy ass society how to figure out how to monetize it or use it to help somebody or do something. You know what I mean? But everybody has a gift. But the simple fact of the matter is, most people that you talk to aren't going to believe you. Most people you talk to are going to say you're full of shit. Most people you talk to are going to say that it's the devil, because most people you talk to are damn slaves mentally, all right? You trick people by making them think their reality is not the reality, and the run that you've given to them is their reality. So by the time they become an adult, programmed fully, the reality that you actually are trying to tell you, they're going to go like this: you're full of shit, walk away, and you're weird. So that's how they get you. So I hope that talking like this to y'all will resonate with y'all. I hope that many of y'all will use this and get healthy. I hope that you know that meat is not going to help you get healthier, because it's acidic, and you can't expect life and eat death. I'm sorry. It's 100% acidic, whether it's grass-fed or not. So if you want to literally have a higher connection, you must eat more higher connection food. Like Dr. Sebi said, you must eat electric food with live enzymes in them, all right? Ayahuasca and this other plant they put together had an enzyme inhibitor where you make ayahuasca, where it comes. But many plants already have DMT in there, just not the highest form of ayahuasca when it comes down to it. You know what I mean? Let me look at some of these comments, because I've been damn, it's been 34 minutes. I don't even be realizing that. Shit. Wow. It's been 34 minutes, y'all? Well, since when? I literally had a DMT experience while I was talking to y'all. Sheesh. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Let's look at some of this. Wow. Sheesh, yo. I thought about you while sun gazing today. That's what I'm talking about. I'm glad. You know what I mean? Oh, you're from... Oh, yeah, that's right. Petty Family. What's up? What's up, Petty Family? How you feeling today? I hope that you learned something today. I hope that you take this information and you use it for your life, the betterment of your life. I hope that you understand that the game... Oh, okay. So let's talk about fluoride. And people ask me about how you can stop consuming fluoride. Okay. You can get a reverse osmosis filter. You can get a distilled filter. You can drink distilled water, alkaline water. One of them Kangen filters. They cost like $5,000. You can get a filtered shower head. I have that. You can do these things to stop the fluoride consumption inside your body. Now, as far as the chemtrails, listen, I literally have this on deck. All right, not this one. I have the one you can put in your car. Because we're breathing in so much nonsense, people, I have to breathe in life. All right. My essential oils basically come from plant life. You need a certain amount of plants, a lot of plants, to make a little bit of essential oils, which means the essential oils are the essence of the plant, which protects the plant. Now, when you breathe essential oil in, whatever benefit the plant has from it, which has made the oil, you get the benefit within you now. So when you put this in your car, right, and you put that in there, now you're not breathing in the fumes of outside predominantly. What you are breathing in is nature inside of your lungs. So now you're not just physically consuming nature, you are breathing nature in and kind of counteracting the fluoride consumption that you are experiencing in the air with the chemtrails and the planes and all that nonsense. Also, my soap as well will go into your bloodstream if you have bought it, which is also made of essential oils, and that will also go into you as well. So, fluoride, reverse osmosis filter, distilled water, alkaline water, fluorinated, anti-fluoride water filters in the shower heads, so you can start taking showers and start doing this kind of stuff more, effectively. But we all know it costs money, right? You know it does, right? You know how the society is set up. If you want to live, shit, you got to pay for it. Otherwise, you're going to be like the other sheep out here and die. And if you can't afford it, we just got to use our minds and be a little bit more resourceful and try to counteract what we already can't help that we consume. Like let's say if you can't afford nothing but McDonald's, right? Well, okay, cool. If you can't afford nothing but McDonald's, if you spend $5 on a dollar menu, you can actually spend $5 in the produce and get straight fruit. And you can get giant bags of it as well. So you got to change your mindset and become more resourceful when it comes down to it, y'all. When it comes down to wanting to decalcify the pineal gland, a few tips for y'all. Iodine, HARITAKI, black seed oil helps, healthy living, fasting, these things like that. Sun gazing, which activates the pineal gland. Let me ask y'all a question. When you go to sleep, when you close your eyes, and for these people right here, for anybody who doubts the existence of a third eye inside of your mind that has pineal sides, pines, shapes, and water just like your eye, I want you to ask them this very common sense question. All right, ask them this question. When you they'll look at you like you're freaking like it'll touch something in them. Ask them this question. When you go to sleep, are your eyes closed? If they're smart, they're going to say yes. If they're an asshole, they're going to be like, no, my eyes are open when I sleep. Then you must be dead. But anyway, okay, let me stop sidebarring. If you go to sleep, your eyes are closed, right? And then they say yes. And then be like, okay, well, so when you're dreaming, what are you looking through? How can you see images when you're sleeping if your eyes, physical eyes, are closed? There has to be something else inside of you that is causing sight while your eyes are shut. What is that? And they'll look at you like you're crazy, like, oh shit. Well, what is that? Well, that's your third eye. That's the eye that you claim didn't exist. And the more you decalcify that eye that's harder than bone, that you said didn't exist, if you can see these images through something that's harder than bone, imagine when you start the decalcification process. And imagine how your dreams will be then. You will literally wake up and wonder which reality is in. And you're going to have to start doing checks like, I'm about to pinch myself, got to make sure this is real. That's how my dreams are. I start experimenting, right, with my black seed that I'm coming out with, like in like 6 months. It's a lot of money, but anyway. I start experiencing with it. I take black seed oil and HARITAKI before bed, and my dreams are totally next level. Now, if you ever wanted to have another life, I suggest you learn how to lucid dream. And you'll start having true fun with the other you inside of you. Now, astral projection is a whole nother level of tripping out. Not tripping out because you have to literally, obviously, will yourself to do it. It takes a tremendous amount of willpower to astral project. But that's when you have decalcified pineal gland, very, very much so. Not fully, but very much. All right, when you actually leave your body and you go literally to you're here, but you're literally in another realm. Because if you don't believe me, y'all, more than one realm exists, but you can only see it with these eyes. You have no use of this eye inside of your mind, this eye. You have no use of it. But if you had use of it, some of y'all have a gift and ability that Most High has given you to see in the other dimension while you're literally looking through these eyes. If you had use of that eye inside of there, all right. Some of y'all, it's gonna trip y'all out. I warn some of y'all that if you are afraid of these things, I mean, listen, these are the warnings. When you decalcify your pineal gland, you will see things, you will feel things, you will want things in your life that most people don't want. All right, you will experience other things that most people don't experience. I'm an empath, so now I can't be, well, I can, but it gives me a little bit of anxiety to be in crowds because I decalcify my pineal gland. I'm able to feel others' emotions, and if I'm in a big ball of people, I feel everybody's emotions at one time. And still to this day, if I don't breathe and meditate, it gets overwhelming when it comes down to it. You know, let me see some of these comments right here. All right. Also, don't drink before bed. You won't have as many dreams and nightmares. Is it possible to astral project while lucid dream? Yes. If you want to astral project while lucid dreaming, jump off a bridge while lucid dreaming. You can jump into an astral projection. So if you kill yourself in a lucid dream, you can jump right into an astral projection. That can happen sometimes. That's one of the ways I tried before it worked. If you're still trying to master lucid dreaming, just start checking your reality, people. as this reality is only half, not even half the battle, maybe 20% of the battle, we're meant to experience both sides at one time. That's why we're wired. We're all wired for this experience. If you think about how we're wired and what we have, we're all wired for the DMT experience, the outer body experience while we're alive. And I think that the Most High gave this to us to learn how to tackle death before death came, because death, as we all know, is inevitable. We all will die one way or another. But when we actually go to another realm while we're still alive, leaving our body, we realize that death is not real, and there's much beautiful things than actual life is what we experience. Now, I'm not saying that this life is not great and beautiful as we experience it now. That's why we're here. But if we actually had an ability to experience both sides at one time, that would actually make our existence here much more better, because now we're living in two existences at one time, which means that when we're sleeping, we're astral projecting, which means while our body is resting, we're traveling. So we actually go back to our body and we're still rested, and then we're good. Or while we're lucid dreaming, we literally can conquer fears and troubles inside of our lucid dream. If you have trouble with a boss that you want to confront him in a lucid dream. If you have trouble approaching a woman, confront her in a lucid dream. Go over the scenario over and over again. If you have trouble with a speech or a presentation, do it in a lucid dream. These things were given to us by the Most High so we could literally have connection than more than this one reality that they gave us, that they think that they want us to think that only exists. And they have programmed many of us so heavily that when this is presented to us, we immediately say, I'm not doing that. And it's like, that's the craziest thing ever, because what's going to happen with you, that when you reject it, is when you do finally die, and you will die, right? When you do die, you're going to get all your memories back, right? And you're going to be like, shit, I can't believe I let them get me. I got to go back and do it again. You're not going to ascend, because you didn't learn anything in this life. And I feel like in this life, I've learned many things. I'm using what my ability is. I'm moving around with no fear, because I realize that this reality is only one of multiple beautiful realities. And when I leave, I'm going. I don't want to leave now, because I have kids to raise and I have purpose to fulfill. But until that purpose, I'm going to use what the Most High has given me with no fear, with nothing. I don't care what people think no more. And the minority are the ones who rule this world, if you think about it. If you look at the dollar bill, if you look at these like CBS, they're all telling you I. Like if I don't got a dollar bill on me right now, but if you actually hold out a dollar bill and you see the pyramid with the I, they're already telling you they know your power, but they know you don't know your power. And they said, we're so confident that you won't even get your power, we're going to throw it all over the place and you'll never see it. We'll put it on the Pope's staff. We'll put it on statues, and we'll throw it right in front of them. We'll make it the CBS logo. We'll put on CBS the sun in the corner. What we'll do is we'll put eyes everywhere. We'll do all kinds of stuff. We'll have people do this, venerating the 666. We'll have people doing this, venerating the pyramids, and we'll have them do all that stuff, right? We'll throw them the signs of the Baphomet. We'll have them do all that stuff, and you won't even know. You got kids running around doing this all damn day, and they don't even know what the hell it's for. They don't even know what this is for. This is the 666. Come on now. This is venerating the Baphomet. Y'all don't even know that. You got your kids doing this. You all around here doing this crap all day. You don't even know what the hell it's for. I saw a little kid the other day doing this. I'm like, I said, he don't even know what it mean. He don't even know what it mean. That's crazy. Because we're programmed and we pass to the generation after generation after generation, and then we have a whole society that has no idea who they are, and the ones that are controlling them are the ones that know all your secrets, they know all your abilities, they know all your connections, and they'll do whatever's in their power to preserve themselves. Because right now for them, it's self-preservation. They know your power. They know you don't know your power. So it's like the big guy, right? Jumping to the little guy. And the little guy has all the power, and the big guy forgot he's big. He forgot he's big. So the little guy's chipping him up all day, and the big guy's getting his ass whooped, and he forgot he's big. Until one day, he's like, yo, I'm 270 solid muscle, no body fat. They pick your ass up and throw you out the window. That's where I want you to get to. If many of us got to this point, we would pick them asses up and throw them out the window, because their perception of reality would somehow die, and we would really start to experience what real reality and spirituality really is. I'm telling y'all, people, seriously, For real. You know what I mean? What makes my HARITAKI superior to any other brands on the market? Because it works better than any other brands on the market. 700 milligrams the best, and I've tried everything out, and mine is the best. It is what it is. And look at the reviews. I mean, I'm not talking about my HARITAKI no more. I want you to look at the reviews. I talked to him. I was red in the face with my HARITAKI. Now I want you to go to my website, IntensityFitnessUnited.com, and look at the reviews, and you tell me how good my HARITAKI is to other brands on the market. Other brands on the market dumb their stuff down, and you got somebody who actually cares about you that won't dumb their stuff down. Most brands on the market don't even use their own HARITAKI. They just buy it, flip it, chop it, sell it. They don't even use it. So that's why it makes my brand. You know what I mean? Let me see what we got going on. Do you have to stop drinking? Yes. Listen, okay. Somebody asked me, do you have to stop drinking to do DMT? Let me tell you what they require before I go to this retreat. 24 hours before this retreat, I have to drink what they call medicinal water. I have to drink medicinal water to flush me out. The flush takes about 3 or 4 hours. After that point, I think I have to fast for the rest of the day. And then before I actually go back to the ayahuasca retreat, I have to be fast. I can't eat for 3 to 4 hours as well. So you can't eat, you can't drink, you can't have sex a week before. You can't drink 2 weeks before. You can't eat no bull crap. I'm just going to fast for the whole period of time. I'm going to fast for the whole time. I'm not eating. I'm only drinking water, and that's that. So you can't have no toxicity in your body before you have that experience at all. It's gonna mess. I'm sorry. It's gonna mess your experience up. All that stuff. So don't be doing that stuff. I'm telling y'all right now. Seriously. All right. Somebody said they're on their cleanse. Yeah, man. When it comes down to it, yep. And that's what it's supposed to mean. 13 divine spark, 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons equals carbon. It's supposed to mean that. But they flipped it and put it to something else. I understand what you mean, though. I get you. You know, it's supposed to be used for good. But they use it for evil. Ain't that some stuff? You know what I mean? What is in the medicinal water? I don't know. This is the first time I've heard about it. They want me to go to this water place and drink the medicinal water. So they obviously want me fully cleaned out so the experience can obviously work. And they said if I divert from anything like that, you know, I won't get my money back if it don't work. But whatever. I know I'll be clean. It's not hard for me at all. Discipline is everything for me when it comes down to it. So, hey, it is what it is. You know? Yeah, it is what it is at this point. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Okay. So here's the thing, right? So they say, so if you have used shrooms, if you have used PCP, if you have used LSD, that's nothing compared to DMT. Nothing at all. They have said, well, I know for a fact because I've done it with astral projection with the Akashic records. We're not going to get into the Akashic records right now, though. But with DMT experience, it's said that you will come back with information. You will literally experience thousands of years of information in hours. And with DMT experience, you could come back with information that you never had before. I have come back with information from astral projecting that I never had before. People will be like, yo, where do you get that information from? And I don't have an answer because I didn't get this from books. Some stuff I know I don't get from books. I get from other places that I don't explain because I know nobody's going to believe me. But I'll tell you, that's where I get some of my stuff from. People are like, look, like, you crazy. Yeah, I want you to keep on thinking I'm crazy. So when you die, you'll come back and you'll realize that I wasn't crazy at all. And when I'm living in bliss, in a better dimension, you're gonna come back here because you thought I was crazy. You know, the ones that are crazy in a society or any society, they always call a genius after they die. I wish I could call people a genius when they were alive and stop making them feel like they're crazy. When it comes down to it, you know what I mean? Oh, this is also I want y'all to start looking at the water y'all drink. As we can't be 100% safe, we can try to be as safe as possible. This is also alkaline water. This is 8.8 and 9.1. All right, so that's why I'm drinking. Just if y'all haven't seen this one before, y'all usually saw the essential water. This is a different water when it comes down to it. All right, but I'm telling y'all, man, go to sleep with this. Put some bergamot in here, or some peppermint, or some rosemary, some lavender. You're gonna feel like a different person. Put this in your car. Like put it in the back and like let the kids breathe this stuff in. I'm telling you, plants, like, they want to speak to you. They want to translate messages to you. They want to give you information. Plants do have information, and with these chemtrails, they're blocking your frequency. They're really, really blocking your frequency. I'm telling y'all, people, like really blocking your frequency. Seriously, blocking your frequency. You look in the sky and you see all these lines in the sky, and you think it's normal. Like, oh yeah, just all the planes are smoking. No, they're blocking your frequency, people. That's what's going on here. They blocking you. You don't know what I'm telling you. But here's the thing: they can't mess with my frequency. That shit's too far. I do too many things to block to mess up what they doing. If you listen, the people that the chemtrails and the fluoride and all that stuff can mess up are the ones who don't care about their health. And as that's the majority, they'll let about a couple 100,000 or a million people actually get away being healthy, because 60 to 70 to 80 to 100 to a billion people are literally being poisoned. Meanwhile, the ones who are about a million, those are the ones, they're doing what they gotta do. But everybody else is out here listening to a bunch of bullcrap, listening to low vibrational music, which is bypassing your frontal lobe of your brain, programming your subconscious. Let's talk about subconscious real quick, y'all. So when y'all dream, right? When y'all dream, and you're having a dream, and you're dreaming about something. Well, whatever you literally think about all day or all night, or put your energy into, 9 times out of 10 that'd probably be your dream. That's what they call your subconscious. Your subconscious is 95% of what you are, who you are, what you do, without thinking. And when you listen to music, low vibrational music, watch things that don't serve you at all times, look at the ultraviolet lights from the TV, computer, these things are dimming your pineal gland down, calcifying your pineal gland down, and programming your subconscious to a point where you get to a point where you don't even know if you're doing wrong or why you're doing what you're doing. See, as music bypasses your frontal lobe, it affects you physically. It affects you mentally. When you ever listen to a good song and it's like a real love song, you're feeling like love, like maybe you cry a little bit, or you listen to a nice trap song, you're like, yeah, and or a real murderous song like killing people, and you just want to fight somebody because it controls you. You don't realize that you feel like that for a reason. Or people who actually make music, or the producers get paid so much money. The producers are the magicians. They're the scientists behind your mind. And if they have a certain beat that controls your mind at a certain hertz, right? Those are magicians. Quincy Jones is a magician. Dr. Dre is a magician. Kanye West is a slave magician. These people are Swiss Beats. They're the high-level Luciferian magicians who get paid endless amounts of money to program the masses of people. That's why they get paid so much money. That's why they get venerated so much in society, because they're the ones who are controlling your minds, calcifying your pineal gland, making you feel like your reality is real. Like the biggest trick was making people feel like they're not slaves when they actually are slaves. That's the biggest trick, y'all. I'm woke. I'm not a woke guy, but I know what's going on now. I'm aware. I'm conscious. I'm not in the conscious community, but I'm conscious. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to make y'all be conscious when it comes down to it. You know what I mean? Yeah, they are the boule, the black boule. Absolutely. The black boule. You know what I mean? Seriously. When it comes down to it, that's what they are. And you people venerate them, and they worship them, and they make them feel like they all this and that, and they love them, and when they die, they cry, bruh. In order to get in that game, you have to give your soul. They have no soul. They're all in the craft. All of them. But let me not go there. All right? Let me not go too far there. We're in the pineal gland and DMT. All right? But I want y'all to literally use this information. All right? Go get my HARITAKI. It's the highest grade in the U.S. I made it 700 milligrams so nobody can compete. It's the highest level. If you want the highest grade, get the highest grade. If you want a lower grade, get the lower grade. It's up to you. I'm here to help you. You got somebody who actually uses his products, he talks about them, and gives it to you in a very timely fashion when it comes down to it. So, more stuff is coming soon. Go get some black seed. I can't recommend the brand of black seed. Take your chances until I come out with my own, because the one I'm using is greatness, and it's not from this country, but I have to invest in it, so we'll see what happens with that. But You know, if you look at a spirit, you know, invoking inside of a person, look at the videos in the beginning of how I started, and look at the growth. The spirit wants to grow. The spirit sees the greatest in you. The spirit has no fear. The spirit moves with purpose. The spirit moves with rapid action. The spirit moves with belief in itself, and the spirit now is controlling this vessel that is only here for a little while and is here to die. And while it's here, this vessel, this vehicle, it's going to get the most out of this vehicle while the vehicle's here. And when the vehicle's gone, I will ascend to wherever I ascend to, and hopefully I have left my mark on this world. Until that point, I will continue to move, I will continue to give knowledge, and I will continue to educate. Educare, that means bring out. Educate means bring out. So I'm going to continue to bring more out of y'all people. I'm telling y'all right now. So, hey, you do what you want to do. I'm only here to invoke y'all and give y'all the truth. I don't care who calls me crazy, as you shouldn't. I don't care who calls me stupid, as you shouldn't. I don't care who calls me the devil, because I know I'm not, as you shouldn't. I don't care who tells me I'm crazy or it's weird. Yes, it was weird to me in the beginning too, until I walked with an open mind. The spirit inside you wants to hear this. It resonates with you or makes you feel uncomfortable because it may be the truth. Think about that. Research what I'm saying. If you research what I'm saying, it's all there. Many of y'all will just accept or not accept and not research. You know, and many people won't accept something because it makes them feel uncomfortable. But discomfort is how you grow, people. You realize that, right? To be out of your comfort zone is how you grow. So if you realize that you're in something all your life, or you believe in something all your life, and you felt like it was wrong, or you felt like, damn, let me research this a little bit more. Let me check this out a little bit more. Let me research this, what Coach Fred said, a little bit more. Let me look into DMT. Let me look into my pineal gland. Let me look into why they don't let me know too much about my pineal gland, why they don't delve into it a little bit. You know what I mean? Let me look into that. Let me just not accept or not accept them. Let me go look into it and start my own research and watch what you come to find out. You may even find more than me. Shit, do a video and I'll watch it. Who knows? We got to grow together, not apart, yo. You know what I mean? Seriously. We got to grow together, y'all. I'm telling y'all. For real. When it comes down to it. Let me see what y'all talking about here. Let me see what y'all got. You know what I mean? You know, and, also, do you recommend to take one? Hey, listen, I recommend on the serving size, it says take one. I take more than that, but that's just me. You know what I mean? This is my first time tuning in. I can see how different you are even when you start watching. Yes, I'm very different. I have evolved. I have grown, and I have embraced every weakness inside of me, and I have confronted it head first. You know, it is what it is. I'm not afraid to not make a video for a week. I used to be afraid back in the day. What are they gonna say? Am I gonna lose subscribers? Yo, this is me. If I ain't making a video in a week, I'm doing something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm always doing something to help people. Always. I don't gotta make a video every day no more. I've done that. It's time to do something else now. I'm gonna make a video when I feel like it. When it comes down to it. And I feel like giving y'all a word today. I might feel like giving it to y'all tomorrow. I might feel like giving y'all 2 weeks. Who knows? As long as it's real. And when it's real, it's real. You know what I mean? When it's fake, you can always tell when somebody's fake. Why? Because people walk around here trying to make everybody else happy. Meanwhile, they're making nobody happy. Why? Because they have denied within themselves. If somebody doesn't feel like doing something, just don't do it. Don't do it to make people happy. Do it because you love it. Do it because your spirit tells you to. Do it because you're passionate about it. Do it because you feel it. If you want something in your life right now and you're not happy with it, you're not passionate, well, don't do it no more. There's nothing stopping you but you. It's maybe the doubt that you think you can do something else. Well, you need to invoke that spirit that can see more in you, do something else in your life. And if you're not happy with what you're doing in your life, then shit, what the hell life is you living right now? What are you living? Your spirit did not come back here to literally play games and be unhappy. Your spirit came back here for a reason. And until you find that reason, my brother, my sister, then you will be miserable. Because money is not happiness. Material is not happiness. Inner peace is happiness. And when you have peace and confidence in yourself, you don't need any of that. You don't need anybody accepting you. You don't need none of that. I'm telling you right now, y'all. Seriously. For real. You know what I mean? For real, yo. When it comes down to it. Come on now, you can't be mad. They trying to, cover you up with fluoride. You can't be all complaining that Donald Trump's in the office. You ain't gonna get him out. So shut the hell up. What you complaining for? Stop complaining about it and do something about it. If you can't affect your exterior or your environment, you change your inner environment. And once you change your inner environment, the way you look at the exterior environment, everything will change. You understand that? Let me run it back for you one more time. If you look at your exterior environment and you realize you can't change the exterior environment around you that is created by the most powers that be, focus on the interior, inside of you, internally. Change that. Once you change the environment in you, you will view the external environment completely different, and you'll realize that I can change what I can change, I can't change what I can't change, and I'm good with either way. Either way. It doesn't matter. If they drop a bomb on this world and they blow up, I'm good with that. If they don't, I'm good with that. If Trump's in the office, I'm good with that. If Rock's in the office, I'm good with that. You know what I mean? You can't change these things. So stop putting posts up complaining about it. If people are getting shot, you can't protest to get rid of it. It's not going to stop. Unless you have somebody in there passing the laws, it's not going to stop. Stop focusing on the external physical realm they have created. Right now, we're in the time of prophecy being fulfilled. We're not in a time of people having these great feats. We're in a time of fulfillment of prophecy, and we're seeing it all around us being fulfilled. So until that point, get your spirit right and get your shit in line. Get your shit in check. Get it in check. Seriously, get it in check, y'all. Because I see too many posts on my Instagram mad at this, mad at that, mad at people and things you can't affect. Meanwhile, you're neglecting yourself. You're negligent on self. How about this? Realize that this stuff out here, that's not going to change. But this in here, that's going to change. And the way I view all that is going to change when I change this. And watch how you look at everything else out there. Your reality will shift. Your environment will shift. You learn how to manifest. Your thoughts do become things. They do. Your speech will manifest physical reality. So if you say it's hard, it's going to be hard. If you say it's easy, it's going to be easy. I was talking to somebody today earlier, and they said something was going to be hard. I said no. Say it's going to be this is going to challenge me. Because when it challenges you, it brings more out of you. Not hard doesn't bring out. Hard kind of will push somebody in the shadow. Like, oh, it's going to be hard. And then you expect hard. And when you get hard, you kind of like, you don't give it your all. But if you challenge yourself, it's gonna be challenging, but I'm going to do it anyway. You got to change your speech. That's the spirit invoking. That's the spirit. The spirit is much more intelligent. The spirit is much more older. The spirit is like your father. It's like your father. Your spirit's your father. And your spirit is the big brother or the father in you that instructs you how to do the right things when you want to do the wrong things. When you want to eat that cake, when you want to drink that liquor, when you want to smoke that cigarette. The spirit says, no, this is not great for our better development. This does not serve you. If this does not serve you, can you put that down for me so I can grow inside of you and we can do what we got to do while we're here in this 80 or 90 years that we got on this realm? Please, because 80 or 90 years is really not a long time, because time is not really doesn't exist anyway. If you go in the Astral realm or you do a DMT experience, you'll come to find out that time literally will feel like hours in a DMT experience, but really only 10 to 15 minutes have passed, because time really isn't real. People, let's talk about it. It doesn't matter. Time doesn't matter. It's a matter of time. Understand? Like, I used to be on here afraid what I was going to say, afraid who was going to like me, afraid of all that. But once you start to invoke your spirit and start to use the greatness in you, you come to figure out that just be true to yourself, and who likes you, who don't. It is what it is. It doesn't matter. You ever think about that? Stop trying to fit in with everybody. Maybe you got friends that you're around and you don't fit in with them, and you trying to fit in with them. Meanwhile, you're discounting yourself and the greatness within you. But you're afraid of not having any friends. Do you realize you came here by yourself? You're going to leave by yourself. So until that point, you need to get by yourself so you can know yourself and know who you are. Know what you like, know what you don't like. You come to find out when you learn that the friends that you was around wasn't really your friends at all, because y'all didn't have nothing in common anyway. So you wasted about 15 years with friends that you wasn't supposed to be with. Meanwhile, you're neglecting the ones you're supposed to be with. You never got to know them. Think about how much time you're wasting by being unhealthy, by eating the wrong stuff, by drinking the wrong stuff. You are on drugs right now when you eat the wrong stuff. You are drinking crack when you drink liquor all the time. You are smoking bullcrap all the time. You're already doing it with the chemtrails. Shit, you're doing it. Let me ask y'all a question. How can y'all get mad they got the chemtrails when you're smoking a cigarette? You're doing it to yourself. So what the hell you mad at them for? You're doing it to yourself anyway. How you mad they putting bullshit in the food when the food that they're putting the bullshit in you're eating anyway? How you mad? You can't be mad about it but yourself. You can change this, can't you? Or do you don't believe you can? You don't believe you had a power yet? I know I got the power. I know you got the power. If you invoke the power, if you bring it out of you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just saying. You know what I mean? But let me look at this stream. Somebody said this stream is better than AA. It's funny, yo. You know what I mean? For real, though. I mean, but when it comes down to it, like, listen, y'all. How long have I been on here? Damn, an hour and 8. I don't even listen. I zone out. But I mean, when it comes down to it, I really want y'all to pay attention. I really want y'all to love yourselves and stop worrying about people say. Like, just be yourself. Like, if you goofy, be goofy. If you serious, be serious. If you focus, be focused. If you talented, be talented. If you love something that nobody in your family loves, love it. If you like rock music, whatever. You like country, whatever. Love yourself. Be yourself, y'all. For real. Got something in my eye. Be yourself. For real. I need y'all to be yourselves. We are controlled by what they want, by what they teach us they want us to be. That's the trick. They pass laws so we can stop having ayahuasca in the U.S. They used to have an ayahuasca retreat in the U.S. They took that bad boy smooth out of there because a bunch of people around them that's enlightened is too dangerous for them. So they had to pass laws that got that out of here. So you gotta go to Peru. I gotta take 2 planes to get to where I'm going. 2 planes. You know what I'm saying? They don't make it easy. They don't make it easy at all. But I think it's worth it. Because money doesn't have value if you don't put no value in it, or they don't put no value in it. So stop walking around here asking for a handout and realize that you can hand yourself something. Confidence, hard work, effort, motivation, consistency, being persistent. You can hand yourself that and you'll get everything that you want in life. But once you walk around blaming somebody else, asking them for a handout, asking them for a hug, you're not going to get no respect. You're not going to get no love. You love yourself. By loving yourself, everybody else will love you anyway. You know what I mean? Love yourself. Seriously. A lot of y'all walk around here with low self-esteem because you walking around in the physical. You know, I was explaining to somebody today, like, they were like, the brain is the spirit. I said the brain is the flesh. The brain is the flesh. Let me tell you how the brain is the flesh. The spirit is inside the brain. Inside the pineal gland. That's the seat of the soul. But the brain itself is the radio frequency from the connection from the flesh to the spirit. And the brain, normally when the brain wants something, the brain has been programmed to want it. Like eating food with dopamine receptors and things like that. The brain is part of the flesh. It's not sending a frequency strong enough to the spirit to override the want for the fleshly desires. So the brain is actually part of the flesh, not part of the spirit. There's parts of the brain that hold on to the spirit, but the brain itself is flesh. If y'all was wondering, the brain is flesh. So the wants and desires of the brain, that's the flesh, right? That's been programmed in the brain to want. So that's the flesh, y'all. Just so y'all wondering, you know. The soul itself is inside of there, in there. And without that soul, or calcifying that soul, you're a damn zombie. You're walking around like this. You're a zombie. You listening to music nowadays you can't understand. You watching shows you too heavily involved in. You taking them serious, life or death. You actually getting mad. You watching the NBA you think is real. That shit's all rigged. I like to watch it, but shit, I know it's rigged. It's fun to watch, but I ain't taking it that serious. You know what I mean? You gotta know what this reality is and use it for what it's used for. You can't play around with this reality. You can't waste time in this reality. And damn it, stop giving your kids the bullcrap. Like, give them a chance at least before they lose their reality as well. You know, these kids that want to be kids and love nature and want to go outside and want to draw, let them draw. If they want to do something that you don't agree with as far as a talent, let them be that. Let them, maybe that's their talent and you're dimming their light. Stop feeding them bullshit because you don't, because and you eating good, but you feeding them chicken nuggets and stuff. I was guilty of that until I realized, like, what am I doing? My kids are my greatest wealth. Why am I feeding them bullcrap? They have my DNA. Why am I feeding my DNA bullcrap? You know what I'm saying? If you're pregnant or you're thinking of having kids, please eat raw foods. Doctor ain't gonna tell you. He's gonna tell you it's unhealthy, but listen, doctors don't know shit. They call them practitioners for a reason. They practice on you until they realize they can't do nothing, and they'll prescribe you something that they'll call terminal. That's what they'll do. And it's not their fault. They went to school for it. That's what they were taught. High-paid assassins that don't even know they're assassins. It is what it is. But if you're pregnant, please eat raw foods. Please eat whole foods. Foods that have complete proteins in them. Please do that. Please give your baby a chance. Don't feed your baby poison before they even get born. That's what they want you to do. They want you to have birth to a zombie so they're easily controlled. That's why they gave prisoners fluorinated water, because they're more docile when you gave them fluorinated water. So they did it to you. Flint, Michigan. They got all kinds of crazy water in there. They just dumped it all in their supply. You know what I mean? Experiments, ghettos, experiments, all this stuff, experiments. They experiment on everybody. The ones who rule this world don't give a shit about nobody but themselves and their families. Nobody. So meanwhile, while you're sitting here wasting your time on politics, being mad at Trump, you are forgetting about the true gift inside of you and the higher spirit inside of you. While you're sitting here complaining about this happened, this bomb happened here and there, what you can't control, you are sitting here neglecting the higher self in you. And that's exactly what they want. Understanding me? You understanding me, fam? That's exactly what they want. The more you focus on the bullshit they put on TV, the more you watch the news, the more they invoke fear into your subconscious. The more you watch shows, the more they distract you from what's really going on. The more you do all this stuff, and the more you put crap into your body, the more you block your body's frequency from decalcifying your pineal gland. The more they do that, the more you don't know who you are. By the time you're 60 years old, and I walk up to you and I mention your pineal gland, you don't even know what the hell that is. Do you know that's a disgrace? To be 60 years old and not even know what part of your brain is a pineal gland. I did that in my presentation a few months ago. I asked the old lady in the presentation, I said, do you know what a pineal gland is? She said, no. She was like 65, 70 years old. Wow. You don't want to get that age and not know what it is. And if you are that age, well, shit, you ain't dead yet, so now you know. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. Where can I find DMT? You can find DMT in many plants, but you can find DMT in ayahuasca, which you have to go to retreats. I don't suggest you purchase it and do it at home because you're not experienced. You don't know what kind of dosage it is, and it's dangerous to do it by yourself. So, even me, I decided to do it with a shaman or a bunch of shamans with a medical staff on deck. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's very potent. It's very eye-opening. It will change you. And if you do not have the right instruction and the right ritual, it will destroy you. It can destroy you. It's no joke. It is no joke. Yes, ayahuasca lasts for hours. Well, ayahuasca, Slim D Zoo, has DMT in it, and it has a high. They found it an enzyme that actually they combine with ayahuasca that literally will make a stronger potency form. They combine two things and they made the strongest form of DMT on Earth, ayahuasca. So yeah, there it is. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that are you a little nervous? I'm more nervous to travel to another country than experience because of what America's told me. See, the America's programmed us that other countries all want to kidnap us, rape us, kill us, rob us. Meanwhile, many of these countries are more beautiful than America. That's how America keeps you in here. So I was only a little nervous because of breaking my program on that, because I haven't left the country. That part of the country, that I haven't been there in a while. So not that part of Peru. I've been to other parts, but not that part. So that part of Peru, I'm really like I gotta take 2 planes, and I've never been there. So yeah, there it is. I've been to other places, but not that place. So every time I leave the country, you know, I get a little nervous because of our American program. They tell us we go to Africa, everybody gonna try to rob us. They tell us we go to Brazil, everybody gonna try to rob us. They tell us we go to Cuba, everybody gonna try to rob us. They tell us we go to Europe, they're gonna try to put us in a hostel, and they're gonna sell us to rich people that cut us up or kill us for their pleasure, and they pay for it. Or they'll sell us into sex slavery and all that stuff. And this shit does really happen in the world, but not as much. Not to everybody that goes over there, but that's what they do. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me see. Education has failed us all. Education was meant to fail us. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it. So education was actually meant to actually fail us when it comes down. They put these things in the books. Like, I don't remember them covering the pineal gland like that too much in school. Like, as important as the pineal gland is, I don't remember them going into it like they should. Because it's an agenda. The agenda is to keep you blind, deaf, and dumb. So yeah, I don't believe that education is meant for us to flourish off. I think education is meant for us to become drones and to work for somebody else and to accept somebody else's rules that they were created for us, because that's what we are. They made us when they stopped slavery. They just made us a different kind of slave, a debt slave. So we all have a bond number, and our parents are responsible for that bond number until we reach the age of maturity. When we reach the age of maturity, we better be doing something, or we're going to the prison system where they make money off of us. If we go into the workforce, they make money off of us. So the best way to do it is to work for yourself, or try to be as happy as you possibly can until you reach the age of maturity, until your ascension. You know what I mean? So, hey, yeah, you know what I mean? So, what's this? I don't think you heard me when I said alcohol and tobacco taste like crack. No, because it is crack. It's a form of crack when it comes down to it, They never discussed the pineal gland when I was in high school. Yeah, they don't. I'm telling you, I just heard about the pineal gland like 6 years ago when it comes down to it. So, I mean, yeah, they don't talk about it because it's very powerful. So you might want to go towards what they don't talk about, because those are things that they don't want you to know. I mean, if you look at everything, the pine cones and the statues and the Eye of Horus and all these things, they go like this, that's all. They're talking to you. They're telling you what you don't know. Look at it. I mean, take a look at that. They're telling you already. The pine cone, pinal sides. They knew they were a much more intelligent civilization than we ever were. We're dumb as dog shit compared to them. We steal nature. We use nature. We use it. We take it. We destroy it. That's not how they ran things. They used their brains. They were super duper intelligent, to the point where we still to this day cannot duplicate the paintings that they drew. We still can't duplicate the color of paint that they drew and how it lasts so long. We still can't do that. Our brain capacity has not reached that point. We still can't figure out how they built the pyramids, and we call them a primitive civilization. Yeah, Ray. Yeah, right, Ray. They ain't primitive. They were damn smart. So if I'm going to incarnate, Most High, if you hear me, if I'm going to incarnate me back then, when I was dealing around some intelligent folk that was running the world. Please do that for me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said the doctor tried to get me to kill my thyroid gland with radiation. That's what they always do. The first time I heard about the pineal gland was through a rapper named Astral a couple years ago. Yep. And they probably silenced him. They only mentioned how I produce melatonin and it's in the endocrine gland, but that's it. They don't talk about serotonin. They don't talk about tryptophan. They don't talk about none of that stuff. They don't talk about what melatonin does, your circadian rhythm. Serotonin makes you happy. So when you look at the sun, it sends signals to your eyes and makes you feel a lot happier. That's why they say the sun is one of the biggest cures of depression. They don't really tell you why. They just say, look at the sun, be out in sun gaze, but they never told you why. What is the sun doing to you that makes you feel real happy? Because because your pineal gland is literally secreting serotonin when it comes down to it. And if you look at the sun every single day, you come to find that your sleep is much more easy as well, because it's regulating your circadian rhythm. But That's neither here nor there when it comes down to it. You know what I mean? Can I go to work on DMT? Hell no! You ain't gonna be able to move on DMT because you ain't gonna be in your body on DMT. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing on. It's not like, listen, I want y'all to look at DMT. It's not like that. You gotta go experience DMT at a place. You gotta take time out. Like, I'm cutting my phone off. When I do it, I'm not gonna be able to be contacted. This is between me and the spirit and the realms. I don't want to talk to nobody. Not my mom, not my kids, not my wife. Nobody. I want to go. I want to go. You know what I mean? Shoot, it's not like that. Somebody asked me if I'm going to vlog. I'm not vlogging that. I vlogged my second one. I ain't vlogging my first one. I might do some videos out there though. But when I get into the retreat, none of that. None of that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look. See, that was a guess. Absol didn't even make it. Yeah, because he was talking, nah, it's not like HARITAKI, but, you know, HARITAKI is another kind of a spiritual experience, but DMT is much, much, much more expensive than HARITAKI. Much more expensive. Trust me. It's worth it, but it's much more expensive. HARITAKI helps out. It starts the process. Makes people feel like they're more. It starts the spiritual opening. Moving mercury from your brain, negative thought patterns. It helps a ton. So if you can't go to, you know, your Peru or whatever, get some HARITAKI. It works. It really works for what it does. It really works. And if you don't believe me, go to my website and look at the reviews. People have been leaving reviews. And if you haven't left a review after you took the HARITAKI, leave a review. I want to see more reviews. I want to see more experiences. It works. When it comes down to it. Do you smoke it or you put it in a smoothie powder? Do I smoke what? The HARITAKI or the DMT? DMT is, they make it liquid. If you're asking about that. How much do I need after DMT to return? I don't know. I haven't done it yet. I'll tell you after I do it. I don't know. Is weed good to take while on HARITAKI? Not the weed they make in America. Because America is weaponizing weed, but that's another topic here. Y'all want to know the deleted video that I put up that they blocked? I'll send it to you, or I'll just put it on the website. But they're weaponizing weed, so it has estrogen in it, and you don't want that. So hey, it is what it is, you know. But this is a great conversation tonight. I enjoyed myself. I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. I really had fun. This was great. I'm gonna put up more videos like this. Yes, definitely. Share Travis. I will share the agency info later. I will. I got you. Which is powerful? More powerful? DMT? Obviously DMT. HARITAKI gives you a spiritual experience while you're in the physical. DMT takes you out the physical and gives you another experience where you come back with information. So I would say DMT is more powerful than HARITAKI because of what it does. They do two different things. HARITAKI is like an all-day type of spiritual experience where you can see things, more oxygen for your brain, more physical spiritual experience. DMT is 100% spiritual experience, if you understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's my answer for you. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Yes. Mad peace. That's what I'm talking about. Yep. Maybe DMT can be free from alcohol. Yeah, DMT don't have no alcohol in it, y'all. It's nature. This is nature, y'all. Respect nature. Nature needs respect. I'm telling y'all right now. Respect that. Alright? So, if y'all need anything, go to my website. Go get your diffuser. I'm going to put up a promotion for this probably tonight. I'll have my guys send it out tonight. We'll figure out what we're going to do, give these away. But I'm telling you right now, these things right here are very, very powerful when you breathe in essential oils in all time. I'm telling y'all, don't play. No games with this. Alright, put this in your car. Buy some of my essential oils, some peppermint, some rosemary, some bergamot, some frankincense, patchouli. Throw that in there. Breathe that bad boy in. I'm telling you right now. Oh, he made a deal already. He said buy what? 5 oil, free diffuser, yada yada. Buy 10, get a home diffuser. Okay, all right, cool. All right. But when it comes down to it, remember, Josh, I only got the big three of the big ones. But when it comes down to it, make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. Make sure y'all go to my website. And if y'all have any questions, you can always book another consultation or a consultation for your first time with me on my website. It's free. No charge for the consultation. I just want to talk to you and help you out. It is what it is. MACA's coming very soon, about 3 weeks from MACA. Stay tuned for that. HARITAKI's in. highest grade in the USA. All right. Any of my programs, y'all want to get a regeneration program, you want to get my colon cleanse, anytime. First step of decalcifying your pineal gland, colon cleanse. Clean your sewer system. Clean your body out. Clean your intestines. Do you realize that the human body is not meant to consume meat? Which means that if you have 20 feet of intestines in your body, meat has to get 20 feet around there. Sometimes it gets stuck. Sometimes you have dead, rotting flesh inside your body, which turns to gases and goes inside of your bloodstream, which affects your organs, prostate, liver, kidneys, things like that. You know, and you gotta cleanse. So I gotta cleanse for y'all. Y'all want to cleanse? Cleanse. You know, I'm telling you, it's the first step to everything. I got a 10-day cleanse. I got a regimen. If you want to learn how to cook, my wife got a cookbook. She got two of them. She got a vegan one and she got a non-vegan one. Let's get that started, y'all. I got a detox program, regeneration program, all that stuff. I'm telling y'all. I'm trying to get y'all healthy. I want y'all to see straight. A lot of y'all walking with your eyes wide shut and this shit sucks. You know what I mean? I don't want y'all to walk with your eyes wide shut. I want you to have your eyes wide open. I want you to see what I see and so many others see. Because once you see it, you'll never want to go back. You'll be afraid to go back. Like, I don't want to be a zombie again. I want to be awoke. Be woken up. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to it, like, I really, really appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate y'all tuning in to this great talk. You know, I want everybody to literally try DMT, do the HARITAKI. I want you to get clean. I want you to cleanse. I want you to eat more plant life, y'all. Stop playing games with yourself. You want to be like everybody else, not knowing what the hell's going on? It sucks to walk around blind. You see a blind person, it sucks to not see. Well, you don't see too, because you ain't using the other eye as well. You know? Just keeping it real with y'all. I'd rather keep it real than keep it fake. Everybody else out here lying to y'all. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. You know what I mean? But definitely. Eva here, Amber Lion, journalist, took about. Yeah, I heard a lot of people took DMT trips. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, people do need to research DMT because you cannot look at it like recreational. It's not like that. You can't be walking around with DMT in your pocket. That shit is serious. That shit is real. That shit will change your life. I'm gonna come back from this experience. I'll mess around, cry on camera. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know who I'm gonna be. I know I ain't gonna be the same person. Shoot, I know that. I know that when it comes down to it. But yeah, but when it comes down to it, I had fun here today. I really did. This was a great experience today. Absolutely great experience. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. This is Coach Reg, and I'm signing out. Peace.